Hello, guys. Welcome back to Beyond the Checker Flag. It's Taylor here, and welcome to episode 18. Today, I have a very special guest with me. He is part of the Sweden junior team. He's a three-time Swedish karting champion and drove in British F4 last year. So please welcome Joel Bergstrom. Joel,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Just to start off, what age did you get into racing?
I got into racing when I was about. To be fair, it was when I was born because my siblings they did karting as well, and then my dad has done some rallycross, so I kind of was born into it, and then I started karting when I was about 5,
Oh, nice. Quite young then.
very young. Yeah.
And just quickly, could you give us like a brief overview of what you've done in your career so far?
Well, I've done karting since I was 5. At first in Sweden, did races there. Then I moved up into higher categories, and I went to Italy when I was about 11. Raced in the WSK and FIA European and World Karting Championships.
Hmm.
Won some races in those series. I won a grand final in Rotax as well in 2022. So yeah, that's more or less what I've done. I've done a few races in Porsche, and then yeah, obviously last year British F4 for months.
Did you have a favorite that you did, like your favorite series?
I must say it is probably British F4. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean the cars are the quickest there, so I like it the
Yeah.
most.
And what is the most important thing you forgot to bring to the racetrack with you?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, I forgot too many things actually. And I think maybe my my earpieces, like for the radio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot those ones. So then I had to get that sorted. But yeah, that's probably the worst one.
How far were they? Did you have to go far to get them?
No, they were like in a different country at the time.
Oh, oh
But it was fine.
God.
I landed some other ones, so it worked out.
Oh, okay. And what do you think was your favorite weekend from British F4 last year?
Favorite weekend was I'd say Snet. Snet
Hmm.
is only because of the results, but it was like raining so much that weekend. So
Yeah, it was.
I don't really know. Like we came into the pits and then it just started pouring down like so much, so we couldn't get back to the tent. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like Donington. Um, yeah, I'd say Snetterton. Yeah,
Yeah. And what's your favorite racing memory from like your whole career?
it's probably my first win in the World Series of Karts. So that was 2018.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it was quite a big race. We were like over 100 competitors, and then yeah, I won that race. So. And it was like my first big win. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that.
Yeah, nice. And in British F4, obviously you had quite a known friend group, at least everyone knows about it now, with
Right.
Berg, Mika, Dodds, Rowan, and Leo.
Yeah.
So if you had to trust one of them to take you on a hot lap, which one would you choose and why?
Hot lap. That's difficult. Uh, um, I don't want to make some people mad here. I'd probably say Dodds.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it feels like he's done like a lot of different cars. Yeah, and he wouldn't like try and kill me. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like, yeah, probably Dodds. Yeah,
Who would you trust the least?
Alex,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Um, and what has been your favorite track that you've ever raced on?
Favorite track I've ever raced is that in British F4 or just
No, in anything.
probably Campillos in karting.
Hmm.
So in Spain, yeah, yeah, for sure.
What about the one you found the hardest?
The hardest, I Alton probably.
Yeah,
Alton. Yeah, yeah. I did a test there like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah. That's probably the hardest. Yeah,
yeah. Why is that?
it's just bumpy and like
Mhm.
it's narrow, so it's so close to the water. I just
Yeah.
it was a bit not scary, but had to be a bit cautious.
Yeah.
Actually,
And
almost I hit the wall then, like on the test with the rear, but I didn't damage anything. It was fine.
oh god. But obviously you get to meet a lot of people in racing, but who do you think would you call your best friend in racing and how did you meet them?
Um, it that's also hard. There's too many people I know. I'd say it's Mika and
Mhm.
Nikita.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikita Bedrin, because I've known both of them for a long time. Like Nikita, we raced together since I was probably 10, 11. But we became good friends when we were like 14, more or less, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Uh, and same with Mika. He did race, we raced in the same team in karts when we were,
Uh-huh.
I think that was 2021, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2020 actually, yeah. And then we became really good friends. And then, as you have probably been able to tell.
Yeah. Um
But yeah, but I like all of them. I like Dodds as well. We've known each other for a long time.
mhm.
Rowan is nice. We've been hanging out. So, but yeah.
Yeah, nice. And what do you think has been your biggest achievement?
My biggest achievement.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm, I'd probably say probably that same race that I was like my best
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, I'd say that one. Or otherwise, yeah, I mean Swedish Championship as well, but it's not world level, so
Yeah.
I'd
Of
probably say
course.
that's
And before before a race, what do you usually do to like focus yourself? Have you have like rituals or music you listen to?
no. I literally I was talking about that the other day with one of my coaches. He was like,
Hmm.
you have to start doing something because I don't really like doing anything. I just like thinking about other stuff, and then when I jump in the car, then I like focus. So
Hmm.
I don't like to think like overthink it.
Yeah.
So because if I like prepare more than what I do, then I just like I don't know. I focus so much, so I get unfocused.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense,
No, it does. And what has been the most challenging part of your career?
but I'd say budget, like getting money to be
Mhm.
serious. That's probably the most challenging things.
Yeah.
Like sponsors and stuff. You have to work quite a lot because obviously it's quite an expensive sport. So
Yeah.
probably say that's the biggest challenge.
Hmm. And do you have a dream like road car to own in the future?
A McLaren 765 LT.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
a
that one.
nice car.
Uh, yeah. I also like Porsches. I would like to own a classic Porsche, like
Hmm.
I don't know, just an old 911.
Are you gonna be one of those people that have like five cars?
100%, 100%. Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be driving around with like full music on with my cars. Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. And obviously you've been like testing over the winter break, but can you
Yes.
tell us a bit more about like what these test days are for? Like, is it just practice or do other things go into it as well?
And there's quite a lot. You get to know the team better, and it's also obviously driving, and you can
Hmm.
always improve a lot. And also setup. I'd say we focus a lot on like finding different setups and finding what feels right for the driver because you need different setups for each driver, so we have all different driving styles. So,
Hmm.
but also just to learn the tracks. I mean, Alton was the first time I did it now because it wasn't on the calendar last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of prep. Quite busy preseason.
Hmm. And you had a test in Zandvoort, am I right in saying?
Yes, yeah.
Have you driven there before?
I did drive there last year, 2 days as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't race there. But yeah, it was a great track. I like it.
Yeah, at least it wasn't raining. It didn't seem like it was anyways.
No, it was sunny actually. I got like a tan in
Oh,
Zambia. Uh,
brilliant. And so what are your hopes for this year?
My hopes is to win the championship.
Hmm.
I think that's what I can't really go into a championship not expecting to win it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of the only thing I'm aiming for.
Is there one of the races that you particularly want to win, or is it just all of them?
All of them, but like last one would be really nice. Final round, if you win the championship and the race at the same time, that would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And what is something that your supporters and fans don't know about you?
My what?
Your supporters, what do they not know about
All
you?
right. They may not know that I can play the piano. Oh well, no, you guys do know that. Maybe that I have half of my family in the Arctic Circle. That's a cool fact.
Really?
Yeah, I just came from there now, so that's why I don't know. I don't know what else. Yeah.
Are you most looking forward to this year, do you think?
Um, Zambot,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, because
It was quite
I don't know. It's close to the beach. As long as it doesn't rain, that would be the only thing ruining it. But it's like in the summer, it's gonna be warm.
hmm
Beach is fine, right beside. It's close to Amsterdam. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice weekend.
It was quite manic last year. Hopefully it's not as chaotic this time as it
Oh
was last time.
yeah, hopefully. Last year was carnage.
Yeah. And do you have a racing idol?
Yeah, Ayrton Senna for sure.
Hmm.
I liked him ever since I was like a small kid. Watched his documentaries and stuff, and ever since then, yeah, I've loved him.
Yeah. And if you could choose three race cars to like test, which ones would you choose?
A Formula One,
Hmm.
and I'll just say the quickest cars on IndyCar.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like I don't know. I wouldn't want to try Formula E. I think they're quite bad.
Mm.
But maybe like I could do some like a GT3. It could be any
Yeah.
GT3. I think the Lamborghinis look cool.
Yeah, they do. With Formula One,
Mm.
what team would you like to race with? Is there any you favorite or
I would race with any, like to be
yeah.
fair. But favorite, like maybe McLaren because now they're winning. But I've also liked McLaren for a long time before they were winning. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to get credit. But otherwise, I like Mercedes just because I like
Yeah.
the road cars.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, probably those two.
Yeah, nice. Do you have a dream track to race on that you haven't obviously before?
Um, yeah, Spa.
Hmm.
That would 100%. I like that. Rouge. So yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really cool to drive on.
It'd be difficult though.
Yeah, but I kind of like difficult tracks. Like I'm
Well,
usually
yeah.
quite quick on those ones. So yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd love to drive there.
And who has been your biggest support in your career?
Uh, Definitely my dad and mom. Yeah, they've done a lot. We moved like my whole family. We moved together to Italy just for the
Hmm.
racing, and then as well they're working hard to find the budget and sponsors and stuff. And yeah, so they're a big part of it all.
Yeah, that's really nice. And what do you think is your like end goal for your career?
Formula One.
Yeah.
I still have that aim, and yeah, I'm kind of not thinking about other options. If it ever gets to like clear that it's impossible, then I might look at other stuff. But yeah, for now
Hmm.
it's the only aim.
Yeah. And what's the best advice you have been given?
These are hard questions. Uh, I can't answer that. That's difficult. Maybe Like just in general, it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be racing related, or it could be anything.
I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe, maybe. I don't know. Just maybe like focus ahead. Like don't think too
Yeah,
much about people behind. I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember too much advice, but
It couldn't have been that good advice if you don't remember.
exactly. Yeah, I need better advice.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to your younger self who was starting racing?
I would say don't think too much.
Hmm.
Like, because that's what I started doing now. I'm just not overthinking everything. It's
Yeah,
kind of trying to always think 5 years forward.
yeah,
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 and
fair enough.
enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
Mm.
nice. And last question.
Mm.
If you could have a meal with 5 drivers, dead or alive, who are you choosing and why?
Okay, I'm choosing James Hunt
Uh-huh.
because he just seems like a legend. He seems fun to be around. Ayrton Senna
Yep.
because he's my idol. Um, then then Nicky Lauda on the other side of the table. Uh, then then I just think Banjo would be cool, just because I don't know what he's like. And Alex Berg, no. Uh, Maybe Max. Yeah, Max.
Verstappen.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I
Interesting.
don't know why. Many people don't, but
I feel like all racing drivers do. Everyone that I've asked always says Max.
really,
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was special. But
Oh, well, you're special if you choose Alex Berg.
that is very true.
All right. Thank you so much for spending time with us today,
Anyways, thank you.
and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, Taylor.
It's all right.